Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition. In this part, we will be completing the mission Ron Fa Li for Woozy.
Hey, Woozy, my man, what's going down?
Hey, CJ. Let me introduce you to Shuk Fu, Ron Fa Li. He heads the Red Gecko Tong on the West Coast.
How you doing?
Ah Kung has sent word from Kowloon. A Vietnamese crime family, the Da Nang boys, are preparing to move to the United States. This may explain the cowardly attack on the Blood-Feather Triad. There may be some trouble ahead.
The Shifu would like a package retrieved. A courier has left it in a drop at the airport. It is most important to the matter at hand.
Oh, I can do that.
He is Triad? A mountain boy?
No, a personal friend of mine. And less likely to draw the attention of the Da Nang boys.
Okay.
Thanks for your support.
You know, I have to say, I actually don't mind Ron Fa Li as a comedic relief character all that much. Like, he really doesn't add too much to these cutscenes, but, you know, he's a comedic relief character. Not in the way that you'd have him, like, dancing on a table, smacking his own ass or something, but more so in that he has these grunts that he does, and then his interpreter translates those grunts into proper thoughts and messages for Woozy and CJ, and it's just a really silly thing. It's just very cartoonish, but very enjoyable whenever it happens during these cutscenes. Although, you know, I suppose on the surface, though, you know, grunts, you wouldn't really think much of them, but there really is a difference between certain grunts, like, you know, a passionate coitus grunt versus grunting after, you know, the old Taco Bell hits the lower intestines, dealing with that Crunchwrap Supreme business. It's not a pretty sight. But anyway, what we're doing here is not dealing with diarrhea, but rather dealing with the Da Nang boys as they are planning an ambush for us, as we need to retrieve this package inside of this uniquely colored red manana, and as soon as we enter it, the Da Nang boys will attack us and attempt blocking off the exits. Although they don't do a really great job of doing that, though, because, as you can see, we can just go right around them, and I don't know what the hell that guy was doing. He's just standing there with his hands up. The AI is very silly at times, and you could use that to your advantage, because back there, I mean, that guy thought we were going to run him over, so he put his hands up, I guess in shock or whatever. But then you have these other guys that are just rolling out of the way, trying to dodge us as we drive past them, so this first part of our escape is not really that big of a deal. But once we get out onto the main roads here in San Fierro, we're going to have these enemies attacking us on motorbikes, much like card games on motorbikes for you Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, but not as silly, as these enemies are going to try performing drive-bys on us, and you can actually use their AI to your advantage, because the intent here of these enemies chasing after us now is that they want to pull alongside us to perform drive-bys, and sometimes that can get them caught onto fences or railings or on other vehicles in really condensed areas, so it's best to try using that to your advantage. But I suppose as long as you're just hauling ass, you'll probably be okay. But you can see right here, I'm trying to get this guy to commit to crashing into a fence, but it didn't really end up working out too well. But either way, there's a pretty good distance between us and one of those bikes, so we're just dealing with the other bike group, and somehow they're performing a pit maneuver on us. I don't know how that works, but I guess that's something to be mindful of. They have the power to do that. But thankfully, we're right around the corner from where we need to get to, here at Pier 69, and shout-outs to this vehicle that pops out of nowhere. You can see it on the minimap just flying right by us, which is a bit strange of a strategy by these Da Nang boys, because wouldn't you want that vehicle attacking us when we're a bit further away from the garage than we are? It's a little odd, but either way, we've now passed this mission, and that takes care of this part. So, in the next part, we'll be taking on the next mission for Woozie, which is called Lure. So until then, I will see you next time.
Catalina, is that you again?